Hello to all, welcome to The Watches TV, and today we're about to talk with our good friend Max Busser on Mb&F's latest release, the Legacy Machine Thunderdome, a timepiece he's been dreaming of since quite a while. But before jumping into this, just wanted to say that it may seem for some that we're into some kind of Gyrotourbillon galore period, especially when you have the same great watchmaking mind of Eric Coudray behind it, but sincerely it's just a coincidence. And personally I really like how on this timepiece you can really enjoy looking at this mechanical sculpture from every angle. So let's listen to Mr. Max Busser, always a pleasure to do so. And yes, we are so glamorous on The Watches TV that we were even in Singapore for the official launch event. How fancy is that? Interview in Dubai, launch party in Singapore, well, the whole 9 yards. Let's go.
The Thunderdome is managing to get two of the greatest watchmakers alive together. The idea was in my head, but I needed to get those two guys together. So one you know very well is Kari Voutilainen. I've been working with Kari for over 10 years, LM1, LM2, LM101. The second is a little less well known from us watch geeks, Eric Coudray. Eric I've known for 28 years. When I started off at Jaeger-LeCoultre 28 years ago, I was a product manager, and he was at the prototypes. And we used to work together on the development of the new products. Eric is, for me, one of the greatest watchmakers alive. He invented, after I'd left, the Gyrotourbillon at Jaeger-LeCoultre, the first multi-axis tourb. And we'd always said, one day we'll work together. And 4 years ago, finally, he was free. So I called him up and was like, now can we do this together? He said, yes. Have you ever worked with Kari? No. Brought all two of them to the table, showed them the idea I had, and they said, let's do this. So Kari designed the back of the movement, and you're going to see this incredibly beautiful pocket watch looking like movement, highest level of finishing, hand finishing on everything, interior angles of course, the red gold chatonnette. You're going to see the three barrels, and they're decorated with the signature decoration that Kari only does on his own pieces. Even on my legacies up till now, he hadn't done it. Here he actually accepted to do that incredible colis maçonné. And you're going to see a power reserve with both their names, Coudray Voutilainen. Why did I put the power reserve behind? Because the first project I worked on 28 years ago when I arrived at Jaeger was the Jaeger Reverso Tourbillon of 1993, which when you used to turn it around, you had the tourb and you had the power reserve indicator. So I thought it was a nice story to put it together. You turn that piece around and you'll see the world of Eric Coudray come to life. I asked Eric one thing. I want the craziest, most insane 3D kinetic sculpture regulator you've done. He went all in. He went all in. So you've got the largest, fastest multiple axis tourbillon or regulator in the world. Between size and speed. To give you an idea, the three cages turn in 1 in 20 seconds, 1 in 12 seconds, and 1 in 8 seconds. That is insanely quick. On top of that, he had to do 3 world premieres to actually make it work. The first, I wanted to see the balance wheel. You know me, everything I do, I want to see the balance wheel. I'm a balance wheel fetishist. So Eric invented what we are going to call a flying cage. It's an actually open cage, which allows you to have complete visibility into the oscillator working. And the oscillator itself, the first ever 3-dimensional spherical balance wheel. That has never been done. Balance wheels from the age of times have been flat. Here, it's a half a sphere which turns, and you can actually really see it turn. It's linked to a helicoidal spiral, and around that, the escapement is a Potter escapement. Now, honestly, when Eric came to me and said, we're going to use a Potter escapement, I looked at him and I said, a what? Now, what is a Potter escapement? Mr. Albert Potter, late 19th century, invented an escapement which, instead of having the anchor and the wheel in front, you've actually got the wheel turning around the anchor so that the teeth are inside. And why did he use that? Because a normal échappement Swiss escapement didn't work at those speeds. So he actually had to go and look in all the literature to find something which could actually work at those speeds and regulate with lower amplitudes. But the only kicker here is that it uses up an enormous amount of energy. Hence why people haven't been using it for the last 120 years. Hence why we've got 3 barrels. 3 barrels to give the watch 45 hours par reserve, because this insane 3D kinetic sculpture, this whirlwind, this tornado you see on your wrist is so incredible. We can do approximately 2 movements a month. We're going to come out, initial launch series is 33 in platinum for the whole world and 10 in tantalum for the Hourglass for their 40th anniversary, for us to say thank you for having been with us.
So this is it for the launch of the Thunderdome, a rather well-suited name for this really spectacular piece of watchmaking. All the very best to you, and viva crazy watchmaking!